Hi everybody, this is Dino from Prehistoric Facts, and this is a extra episode. This is a basically a media review, and so this will be a review on the Walking With series. This was actually the last series of the Walking With series, and this is Before the Dinosaurs, Walking with Monsters. So this actually came out around the mid 2000s, and so when this actually came out, it was actually considered to be the last bit of the story. Now, this is actually taking place before the dinosaurs, just like the title says. And so you kind of get started with when the Earth actually started to begin, around, say, 4.5 or 4.6 billion years ago. And you have that collision theory of how our planet actually came to be. But that was only a short bit. And then you actually get started with the Cambrian period, and that was very short-lived. And you go all the way towards the early Triassic, or otherwise the mid-Triassic, I should say. And and you get some pretty interesting stories with this series. Now, the good things about this is that this series actually does kind of almost follow the format of the original Walking With series, where you actually follow a certain type of animal from the past, and you actually do get the sense that like you're almost there. And of course, some of the CGI was actually pretty neat in this series, and it was actually a pretty cool type of, and also one of the coolest things about this series is that you get to see like the oxygen levels of the atmosphere when you get to the beginning part of the story of each part and each period, and then you actually also get like whether it was hotter or colder, that sort of thing, and it was pretty neat. That I really liked. Now, the negatives for this is that it uses a lot of CGI. It uses a lot of CGI, not that many practical effects. And so it almost feels like it's not real. Almost like you're not almost there. It's like you're living in a fantasy world a bit. But also, they oversized a lot of the animals. Like say, the mesophile, that big honking spider. They say it's the size of a human head. Well, in reality, it's not. The fossils actually say that it's actually not that big at all. It's actually a bit smaller, and so it might not actually be the size of a human head. And also, when you actually look at like say the Cephalaspis, they kind of oversized that as well. I think they oversized the Gorgonopsian, where it almost made it look like it was like as big as like say a polar bear or something like that, or otherwise as big as maybe a hippo, which that probably would have not have happened in real life. I mean, there could have been a Gorgonopsian that was actually as big as a hippo. I mean, I would love to see that, but I don't think that was actually the right case, though. And I think another negative about this is that you actually kind of, and also some of the bits of the climate were actually kind of wrong. Like the Permian, like part of the Permian where the Dimetrodon is actually taking place, they say it's colder, but where Dimetrodon was living, it was actually warmer. And so they got the part of the Permian all wrong. And so that kind of actually is a bit of a bummer about that series. Back then, it was not actually like given that much media attention, like say Walking with Dinosaurs or Walking with Beasts did. So that actually kind of made it more like it was not really enthusiastically marketed. So that kind of actually was a bummer for that series. When I first watched it, when I was like a teenager, I thought it was actually not that bad, because I thought like, oh, well, it was just pretty cool, I get to see some animals that you never get to see on TV before from the past, that was actually kind of pretty cool. Now that I'm older and I'm an adult, and I kind of actually look through things a little bit more in like a microscope, about certain type of paleo series. I'd say that this series has actually gotten toward. I think that you kind of see this series has been is pretty much dated, and you kind of know that a lot of the information has changed, and so yeah, if I actually had to say, like, could there be a remake of the Walking With series at some point? I would love that. I would love to see a remake of the Walking With series. Like Walking with Dinosaurs, I'd like to see like more episodes, like not just 6. Let's make it like 10. Let's make 10 episodes of Walking with Dinosaurs, and like you could you could still remake the old episodes. It's just that you can go to different places, and that sort of thing. And Walking with Beasts, I would still probably say do more episodes, maybe go to 8, so that way we could see different types of landscapes, and even the time periods and epochs, and so to speak. With Walking with Monsters, I would probably actually like have it a little bit more accurate with the actual fossil record and what the scientists actually say. But of course, maybe actually try to not oversize a lot of the things, because that's been a negative about the Walking With series, is that they oversize some of these animals, which they didn't need to. But that's the thing in television, is that if you want to follow a certain type of format that was successful in the past, you might as well try to keep doing that for a good amount of time. But eventually it gets old, and then it kind of goes like, maybe make it a bit more accurate, because Jurassic Park is actually guilty of this. They actually are guilty of oversizing the dinosaurs. That's a problem in Hollywood, is that they just make these animals much bigger than what they're normally are, because they think like, oh, small things, they're not scary enough. Let's actually make them a little bit bigger, so that way people can be scared of them. But yeah, if I actually had to give you guys of what I think about this in terms of watchability, I would say it's a fun series. I would actually say it's fun, not totally accurate in terms of the information, and also the oversizing the animals and all that sorts of stuff. And I would say that if I had to grade this, I would actually give it a C+. I think it's fun. You get to see like the animals changing, like when you go to a different time, when you go forward in time, that sort of thing, which is pretty cool. But the oversizing and also the information that is kind of actually not accurate, and also the CGI kind of makes it look like it's not real. That kind of actually is a bummer about the CGI. It actually does feel like that you're just like in a video game more often than you're actually watching a television show. But yeah, I'd still say it's fun. It's a C+. It's a fun series to watch. But yeah, I would give it a C+. So feel free to watch it, and let me know what you think about Walking with Monsters. Put that down in the comments down below, and so that way you can actually say, what do you like about it, and also what do you think is also a negative about this series, that sort of thing. And also, I want to ask you guys this. Do you want me to actually look at every single episode of the Walking With series, and I can actually give you some more correct information about some of the episodes that could be actually make the cases like, okay, back then that's what they used for information, but today it would actually be changed. Or otherwise, do you want me to critique each episode? That would actually be the best. Probably, I would like to do the critiquing the episodes a little bit better, so that way you guys can actually get the idea of what I think about each episode of the Walking With series. I would start off with Walking with Dinosaurs, and then I'd work my way all the way towards Walking with Monsters. I do not have Walking with Cavemen. I don't have that series, so I would not be critiquing Walking with Cavemen. But if anybody's got Walking with Cavemen, please actually let me know what you think about it, because I like to know. But anyway, so that's it for this extra episode. So the next extra episode would actually be the Tyrannosaurus Rex Hunter versus Scavenger debate. That will actually be after this video, so stay tuned for that. And feel free to actually post your questions about dinosaurs or any other prehistoric life by emailing me at dinochrist71@gmail.com. Or go on my Facebook page, Prehistoric Facts with Dino Chris. Like the page, you actually post your questions in the comments section. And also for YouTubers out there, feel free to like, subscribe to the channel, and also stomp on that notification bell so that way you can get notified about every weekly video that I actually post on YouTube. And also remember, keep your questions short to the point. You can also follow me on Twitter at CSGRALL. It's my Twitter page. I post pretty cool stuff on there. Also take care of the people around you, and also for younger people out there, make sure to listen to your parents, your teachers, and your guardians. It's the best motivation you can have for good education. It's very important to have good education. With a good education, you get a good job in the future. Alright, that's it for now. Now, see you guys in a little bit.